How is it going, guys? Today we are going to be installing some new exhaust components, or at least new to me. I've got the FT catted unequal length header installed on the car along with a Remark Catback right now, but I still have the OEM overpipe and front pipe, which is what we're going to be replacing today, with a Motiv Overpipe and a Tomei titanium front pipe. Once we get these on the car, we'll take it back over to Paragon Performance, throw it back on the dyno, and see if we can eke out any more power because let's face it, I need all the help I can get. We'll start by removing the front pipe first. Starting from the back here, we've got these two bolts that connected to the Catback. These, if you have the OEM bolts, are 14mm bolts with some 12mm nuts on the back side. There's another 14mm bolt holding it to the bracket connected to the transmission. We're going to remove that as well. I'm also going to loosen the two 12mm bolts that hold the bracket in place. That way I can move it back a little bit to free up the front pipe once I have the bolts in the front removed and get it off the car a lot easier. You don't need to completely take them out, just enough so that you can wiggle that bracket back a little bit and slide the front pipe off once we get the two bolts in the front removed. Now we can remove the two 14mm nuts that are holding the front pipe to the overpipe. Oh, that's a lovely noise. I ended up shearing off one of these studs on the overpipe, but once you've got all the nuts and bolts off, we can release the front pipe from that hanger, and it slides right off. To get to the overpipe, we're gonna remove this skid plate here that's just held in with a bunch of 12mm bolts. Now we've got access to the two nuts and bolts that are holding the overpipe to the header. Now if you have the stock header, these are going to be two studs with nuts on the end. I think they should be 14mm. In my case, since I have an aftermarket header, these are bolts and nuts. We've got the overpipe free, but getting it out is another story. I'm gonna try and twist it up into this area right here. I may have to remove the heat shields to give myself a little bit more room, but we're gonna try it without first, and we'll see if we are successful. Yeah, no, I'm gonna remove the heat shields. Okay, there should be one more nut. Now we can just start taking the stuff off. All right, let's see if that does the trick. There we go. After a little bit of trial and error, I figured out it is going to be easier to get the new overpipe in from the front instead of where I took the OEM one out. just like that. Once that is in place, we can get a new gasket installed and reinstall the 2 bolts and nuts that hold it to the header. I'm not going to tighten these down just yet until I get the front pipe installed as well. Now we can slide the Tomei front pipe into place. Hang it on that bracket first. Then we'll get the gasket and new hardware installed. All right, I've got everything in place now, so I just need to tighten everything down and then we should be good. All right guys, we've got both the overpipe and front pipe installed. I'm gonna lower the car to the ground. We'll start it up and we'll see how it sounds. Wow, this car was already on the brink of being too loud with just the catback and the header, and now with the new front pipe and overpipe, it is definitely way too loud. I'm certainly not gonna opt to drive this to any events in the future, but with that being said, I still like how it sounds, and we are gonna be off to the dyno. Let's see what we end up with. All right guys, we are back from the dyno. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make any more power. It might be because it's twice as humid today as it was the last time we were there, or there's a loss of back pressure from deleting the cat in the front pipe. Nevertheless, the power levels are basically the same. We did shed a little bit of weight with the titanium front pipe, and the car is a lot louder now. We'll see how I feel about that in a couple of months, but for now, I think it sounds pretty good. That pretty much wraps it up for today. Let me know what you guys think, or if you guys have any questions, comment down below. If you guys are enjoying these videos or have any suggestions on what you'd like to see next, let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.